Well, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob. And today we're going to work on the 2000 4x4 Yamaha Big Bear. I have looked and I've looked. I've had other people looking for me. Aaron has looked. Everybody's looking for this drive shaft and I cannot find it. Well, it just so happened that I did buy a drive shaft that was too short, but it takes exactly the same yokes. So what I've decided to do is just build me one. Yeah, I'm not liking the idea of having to build one, but I'm going to have to build it regardless. So I'll pan you down here to the bench and we will show you what we got going on. Alright. So what I've done here is, this is the drive shaft that I had, and it measured 6 and 11/16. Alright, the one I needed to be 8 and 11/16. So what I've done is I've cut a piece of steel here to go in between there, and we need to drill this. We got to get this exactly 4 inches. I left a little bit on it so I can turn the edges or the ends, face them, and we're going to drill 1 inch into this, or into this, for each one of those, and we're going to try to make it a press fit so that we can press them together, make the whole 1 millimeter smaller, and then we'll just take and put it in a press and press it into here, and then we'll just weld around it. No big deal. So the first thing we need to do is we need to face this off and drill it. So we'll go to the lathe. Alright guys, now that we've got this thing drilled and we've got it so that they slide in fairly snug. I wish I'd have got it a little smaller on this side, but this side here is pretty tight. So we've got this where we need it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drill us 3 holes. These are going to be weld holes. So we're going to drill this out probably every third. So we'll get to that. Alright, so now we've got this thing measured out at 8 and 11/16. So I've drilled 3 holes and those are to weld in, and then I'm also going to weld around the outside. So I got to get my stuff together on my welder. Hope I remember how to weld, but we're going to use the stick welder. This MIG welder ain't going to do nothing but piss me off. So now once we've got this welded up, we'll stick it in the lathe with the center, and then we will straighten that up and make it even again. So, or at least that's the plan. Doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. So stay tuned. So there you have my fix on my problem. Just take the shorter one, cut it in half, weld it into the end of a piece of steel, and after I weld it, I laid the outside of it to level it out, and it'll also balance it somewhat. So if it's out a little bit, which I know it is, I welded it, so I know it's out. Anyway, that's one thing I don't have no confidence in, is my welding, especially when it comes to little stuff like that. Now if I'm welding something heavy, like 1/4 inch stuff, yeah, I can weld the crap out of that. And even sometimes that don't look good. So, anyway, there's how I'm going to fix the drive shaft problem. I had to add a 4-inch piece of steel into it to end up with 2 inches longer than it was. So, if the numbers are wrong, we got Yamaha to blame for that, because they're the ones who told me that it was 221 millimeters and 8.7, which comes to 8 11/16. So if it's wrong, they're the blame. So anyway, if anybody does have a drive shaft that is for that 4-wheeler, just in case that one don't work, I'd like to hear from you. Maybe we can do some horse trading. Anyway, I hope you learned something out of this. I learned how to be aggravated. Because I am sure enough aggravated right now. I'm mad now just simply because I had to do that. I always get the damn thing that's a dinosaur or a unicorn, and you can't never find the parts for it. And something as simple as a drive shaft, you can't even find a part for it. So I had to make the daggone thing. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Later.